Hello everyone, Happy New Year. If you can't tell, I am sitting in a new place and have been missing from the internet for a few weeks and have boxes and a new fireplace, and I am so excited to share with you some big changes that we have made in our family over the past few weeks, which is why I've been missing, and I've been missing all of you, but we really needed to take this time to get organized and to make these big changes. And I wanted to kind of share with you a little bit about our story over the past month, kind of explain what's going on and how things are going to look going forward. First and foremost, we have moved and we are no longer in Idaho, which we have mixed feelings about. We love Idaho. We had great friends there. We'd been there for 10 years and loved it. And it was a big growing place for our family. We learned a lot. We definitely love Idaho and we will miss it. However, we are excited for the future. So I wanted to kind of share with you a little bit about how we got where we are and where we are. So we are now in North Carolina in the Raleigh area, and it's kind of a crazy story how we got here because it's not your typical moving story, at least not for people who adhere to a specific faith. So in short, Blake's brother, my husband Blake's brother, had been trying to get him to switch to a different firm in financial advising for a few years. It just never felt like the right time, and the company that he was with before was good to him. We loved it. We loved the culture. We loved the people. It was very welcoming and we loved it. We felt it was really good for our family. But a series of events happened over the last year or so that really started to make a change attractive. And so we finally started talking with his brother about the possibility of jumping ship. And after talking with him over the course of a few months, we became kind of convinced that this change was what we needed to make for our family. And so it took a lot of prayer, it took a lot of fasting, it took a lot of conversations back and forth about the pros and the cons, but in the end, we chose to go with a different firm, and we're very happy with the change that has happened. Welcome to a day in the life of moving. It's moving day. So we just picked up the moving van. Blake's driving that home and I'm driving the van home. And so we're getting ready to pack. It's getting real. It is a balmy 10 degrees. It actually just said 8 a second ago, so I think it's just because I'm in the sun, but it is a beautiful day here in southeast Idaho. The snow is glittery. I don't know if that can show in the camera, but it is glittery because it froze last night. And we are ready to start packing. We are living in absolute chaos right now. Boxes everywhere. So we're getting ready. The garage is even more full, but we're getting ready to pack it all up. So how we got to North Carolina though is the crazy part, because we were told when we joined the firm that we could choose anywhere in the United States that we wanted to go, and we thought about it. His brother wanted us to go to Texas, which we have family in Texas and like Texas, but I'm not a huge fan of the humidity, the heat, the really big bugs. I'm just not a fan of that at all. And so it's nice to visit, but I definitely didn't want to live there. And so we were thinking about different areas. We thought about going back to Washington, where we're both from, but we really didn't want the gray and the rain that goes with Washington. It's very green and lush and gorgeous, but there is a lot of rain, and it rains as much in Washington as it snows in Idaho, and so we didn't really want to change one precipitation for another. And so we were kind of looking around at different areas, and for whatever reason, we were prompted to look at North Carolina. And it was very much a God-prompted move to North Carolina because we don't know anyone in North Carolina, and it is a huge change for our family, but one that I think will be very beneficial for our family as a whole. On the one hand, my husband's business has a greater potential to grow and to grow quickly, which will help our family financially, but we also are very excited about the opportunities that it will afford our children to be able to be in more extracurriculars that they enjoy. It's nicer weather here, it's warmer throughout the year, they hardly ever get snow, and so like my oldest son will be able to play baseball all year round, my daughter will be able to dance, my second son will be able to golf, you know, all of these different things that are outdoor activities for the most part, at least for our boys, and they weren't able to do that a lot in Idaho because of the weather. And so we're excited to be able to give them the opportunity to do what they are passionate about and be able to kind of grow up with more diversity of population and get to know different cultures and different religions. We have been living in Idaho for 10 years, and there is predominantly one religion. We happen to be part of that religion. We are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and but it's kind of a bubble, and we really wanted to kind of break out of that bubble and let our children experience the world in a different way than they would be able to in Idaho. So lots of different changes and lots of different benefits. There were cons as well, but in the end we chose to move to North Carolina, and so we made the 2,600 mile trip, which was filled with many blessings. In Nebraska, we actually off-roaded in the snow. The snow had come up over the road, and it was night, and we slipped off the road into the median, and we were so blessed that neither the truck nor the van tipped over on its side because it could very easily have happened. But we were both able to find a flat enough spot with a large enough gap in traffic that we were able to get back onto the road, and we thank our Idaho's driving skills for that because we were very used to driving in snow. So as scary as it was, and our adrenaline was definitely pumping, we were very, very blessed to finally get back on the road. And that was really the only misadventure that we incurred on our trip. Another blessing was as we were loading our truck in Idaho to move, one of our cats got out of the house, and we thought we lost him forever. But come to find out, as we were unloading the truck 4 days later in North Carolina, lo and behold, Binks was in the back of the truck, and he had survived a 4-day trip without food, without water, in the back of our truck. He ruined a box spring, but the box spring is not a big deal. We're just happy to have him back and have our whole family together because we were very devastated to leave him in Idaho, and that's what we thought we did. We were all bawling, and it was just, anyway, it wasn't fun. So we're very blessed and excited to have him here with us. So what does this mean for our channel? My channel is going to change slightly because Idaho is no longer home. And so we have rebranded, and we are now called The Lady of the House. And my ideas for this new year really center around the home and family and kind of centering ourselves in being a homemaker and what that means, because I think that that is a lost art that has been lost over the past 50 years or so. And I try to keep a very traditional home where my husband works outside of the home, I take care of the home, it's very much my domain, and that may seem antiquated to some, but it's what works for us. And I definitely adhere to a feminine lifestyle. I wear only dresses, I clean my house in heels and aprons, and love everything about vintage homemaking. So there will be some tutorials for that for anyone who is interested. We will be continuing with our family minimalism series as well, doing some guided decluttering sessions, talking about what stays and what goes and how you decide that. And so we're gonna make sure we help you get your house in order and even maybe help you get a little bit organized once the decluttering is done. And finally, we're going to be adding a series to the channel on Sunday mornings. I'm going to be adding a Sunday devotional, which I am Christian and speak very openly about my faith and would love to share some of my thoughts on spirituality with you. And some of that comes from scripture, some of that comes from my own experience, but all of it is content that I feel very prompted to share with you, and I feel is very poignant in this time period where the world seems to be in chaos and we need a little bit of grounding. And so I'm very excited to share with you my thoughts, and I hope that you find them uplifting and useful, and that you will be able to glean something from them. So if you aren't interested in a faith-based series, go ahead and skip those videos. But for those of you who are interested, I would love to have you join me on Sunday mornings for a 5 to 10 minute devotional while we talk about faith of all kinds, all shapes and sizes, and just spirituality in general. So I'm very excited for that. So I am so excited to have 2021 here. I know things are not exactly as we planned them to be. 2020 was bonkers, and 2021 is still kind of bonkers, but we'll get through it. And whatever this year has in store, I'm sure we will all be able to get through it. And hopefully I can help you to get through it with a little bit more grace and elegance in your life, and be able to give you some ideas to help you elevate your style of living and the way that you keep your home and manners and the way that you raise your family. I'm not an expert by any means, but I have learned a few things in my lifetime and would love to share them with you. So a thumbs up is the best compliment you can give us. I hope that you will subscribe so that we can spend some more time together strengthening your heart, home, and family. And with that, God bless, Happy New Year, and we'll see you again soon.